Hey there.
Hello there.
Hey,
How are you?
everybody.
Wow, what are we doing?
Something we haven't done in 8 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and we got a couple guests patiently waiting in our green room that we're going to bring on here. But first of all, this is my name's John. I'm
My name's
the
Tom.
beer guy from South Jersey Beer Scene. This is Tom. Say hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Tom's a beer guy from South Jersey Beer Scene. And then there's Vic. You all know Vic. Vic's Basement Brewcast. Vic. Vic, the president of the Ocean County Home Brewers. And Vic, I don't know if you know this, Tom, but he once held the record for the triple jump at his middle school.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it somewhere. I was reading it. Right, Vic?
I maybe I don't know.
Okay, well, you got to remember a thing like
I'm
that.
not sure where this is going.
All right, well, all right, I'm just going to leave Vic alone. So anyway, guys and girls and ladies and everybody who's out there watching, thanks for coming in and seeing us back. We're back doing beer stuff again. It seems like a million years. And the reason we're here tonight is for we couldn't be happier with who we have here tonight because what they're doing and what they have done, it's not a new thing, is pretty incredible. So let's just get them on. So we have our guys, Zach and Dan from Gusto Brewing Company and North Cape May. What's up, boys?
Chilling, boys. How are you? You're looking good.
I love Zach because no matter how I look, he tells me I look good, and I love him for that. He's the best.
Well, I had the pleasure of seeing you earlier today, and I got to say, you look even better in person than you do on camera.
Really? Very nice. Thanks for that, Zach. And Dan, since we've last had Dan on video, he's added a member to his family. So proud, Dan over there.
Yeah, I have a 6-month-old son now, Daniel Patella. He's a big boy. He's sturdy.
Who's he named after?
My dad and me.
Very nice. So congratulations on that, Dan. He doesn't seem old enough to have children to me. I mean, that's just me.
Well, I think it's 22.
I know.
34, I think.
I know, but literally, legit, two of the nicest guys in the business or anywhere around, Zach and Dan. So let's just cut to the chase. I mean, Zach, you and Dan have a really cool thing that you're doing, and let's just get right to it. Let's talk about what your next charitable excursion. I mean, you guys do a lot of charity stuff, but this is a really cool thing. So let's just break right into it.
Yeah. So it's always an endeavor, right? Because you spot a need that needs to be filled, and then it's like with a brewery, with how we do business, which is kind of different than a lot of breweries do. How do we approach it? How do we raise money? How do we make a difference? And this time around, my wife, Adriana, who unfortunately has to be covering my shift tonight at the brewery because Dan's here. I'm just kidding. But our friends, Bill and Gina Lackey, they used to be international missionaries, and they still have plenty of contacts throughout the world. And just offhand, she heard about these groups of nonprofits, churches, individuals, businesses, everything in Poland that are housing and meeting the needs of Ukrainian refugees in the conflict. So, and the more we learned about it, the more it made sense that, you don't want to make a pro-government, a pro-Russian government, or an anti-Russian government, or a pro-Ukrainian government endeavor. You want to help people. So you don't want to position yourself to do anything other than that. So this seemed like a really good way to just help people directly. So a little bit of time and, some efforts, we came up with the common Nightingale. It is the official animal of Ukraine. I think John has a little tidbit about that he learned about the common Nightingale, and I'll let you share that because it was news to me.
So the common nightingale is the national animal of Ukraine because they believe that the nightingales come back every spring to Ukraine to listen to their songs, to the songs of Ukraine, and it's bigger than being the what we found out that the official bird of the country. it is the animal of the country. So it's really cool. I do have the picture of the label art up here on the screen here for everybody to look at. But a very, very cool thing.
So whenever we do these things, sometimes it's a chore to put together. It's like you're fighting different forces to get your labels made, to get the beer made, to get any different thing. So from that point of inception, that idea, when Adriana and I were talking about it, from that point to putting this in cans yesterday was about 16 days.
Wow.
And it was not, so we came up with the idea for the label. We always work with David McCumber, who, in the art that you just saw, that sketch of A Common Nightingale, he put together in an afternoon and sent it to us. Of course, Dan, we wanted a beer because time is of the essence, that the turnaround was relatively quick, but it was also something that we could be proud of and something we wanted to brew because that's part of what we do. And then all down the line to ModTech, getting the labels printed for us and in our hands, all of that happened. The inception, the design, the labels getting delivered, the beer being brewed, the beer fermenting, the beer conditioning, and then put into cans in such a short period of time. It's almost like it's that feeling like it's meant to be, like that this was the path that we needed to take, and it couldn't have happened any faster.
Is that why you picked this style? Because it's able to be made a little quicker?
Well, it's like there's a lot of beers that are,
Right.
a relatively quick turnaround. Like if we chose the lager, we wouldn't have beer in cans for a month and a half at earliest.
Right.
So, so just all those things coming together, people helping people to get to, like, all these different things coming together and happening so quickly to be able to get this beer online right now for pre-order to sell, as it's only in 4-packs because we feel like that's the most accessible way for people to support it, rather than sit at the bar and give over the course of 3 pints. Not everybody has time for that. Most people have time to stop and grab a 4-pack.
Absolutely.
And you also had stickers made. I'm sorry if I missed that. I was busy fielding some questions. So, and you had stickers made that people can certainly purchase as well.
We do, and it's like 4x4, and it's the colors of the Ukrainian flag, and it's the birds that David, the nightingales that David created. They're available. Yeah, if you could go to the official release date was supposed to be 8:00 tonight for pickup tomorrow, but once we get off with you guys, I didn't want to have to fiddle with it, and I kind of wanted people are watching to be able to access it. So if you go to gustobrewco.com/Ukraine, you can order your 4-packs, you can order your decals, and know that 100% of the proceeds are going directly to help Ukrainian refugees.
Yeah, and I'm throwing the link down there in the comments.
So Karen came up with a nickname for you. Give back Zach.
I've been called worse.
And I thought that was a great
Karen.
description.
All right, Vic, it's time for you to ask your nerd questions about.
Well, I got a few nerd questions, but first I want to say, thank you, Zach, for you and Gusto and everything you do, because I know in the fall you did the house that beer built also, which was for the Habitat for Humanity, which I know all of the Cape May breweries got involved with that. And also you had some great artwork for that, the T-shirts and the cans kind of designed on Pink Floyd's The Wall going along with the house. So that was really fantastic. So thank you for that. But question about the beer. Now, how did you arrive at which beer you were going to do? And tell us a little bit about the style, the type of beer. Okay, so that's either, Zach, you, Dan, both of you.
I'll hand it off to Dan, but we build our menu based on what we want to drink, but also have variety. And we've been really digging this style. So I can hand it off to Dan here and talk about the English Dark Mild that we put in the cans.
Yeah, so I think this is the 4th Dark Mild that we've done, and it's the first time using a new base malt. So in the past, we're using RAR. So it's the first time we reached out to Proximity Malt. So it's like 85% of their Prox Mild, which is equivalent to like their Maris Otter.
Okay.
The closest thing, but it's made over in Delaware, so it's more local than the Maris Otter. And in our brewery, we don't talk a lot about IBUs. IBUs are kind of like arbitrary, but if we were to put a number on it, it's 17 IBUs, 4%. You can drink it all day. So the notes are like chocolate, like almost burnt toast, or like medium well toast, I think is a better way to describe it. And it's a pretty simple grain bill, but also complex. So it's Prox Mild, C120, C60, chocolate malt, and black patent, and that's it. And a nice little crisp 4% package.
That's really good.
Yeah, beers like this are deceiving, man. Like I don't have mine in a glass, but I know you guys do. I'm gonna crack my can real quick. But you see it, and it's got this, it's got this almost this deep black hue to it, and it drinks it. If you were blindfolded and you were drinking it, you wouldn't guess that it looked like this. It's like the typical don't be afraid of the dark kind of beer. Really easy to drink, really approachable. We love our IPAs and our pale ales and stuff, but beers like this, you're going to get folks, and thank God we have the folks that just want to buy the beer to support it, but you also want them to enjoy what's inside the can too. So I think, all those things combined is how we kind of landed on one of these.
This is a good entry level beer for somebody who wants to get into dark beer. It's
Absolutely.
smooth, it's creamy. Yeah. It's got lots of notes of chocolate, I think, to me. It almost has a perfumey nose. It's very pleasant. I mean, and it finishes really nice, and it's mild. When Abby and Adam got married, I think this is one of the, we had a nice mild beer that you guys graciously let us have for the wedding, and it went quicker than all the others beer. Remember, Tom, went to get it, it was gone.
Whirling Dervish,
They're all drinking seltzers and Zach's beer, and it was gone. So
hopefully we drank our beers before the seltzers, right?
Yeah. We didn't drink anything.
I drank yours early and often.
Kidding me? There was no seltzers. This body immediately just rejects seltzer. Well, that's not true. There are some good ones out there. I mean, I'm just happy that breweries can make it another way to bring some revenue in and totally. Get the non-beer drinkers in the door, and then they can try one of these and say, look what I've been missing all this time while I was drinking cucumber, watermelon, seltzer.
Pomegranate.
Which is delicious.
Seltzer also give you a easy brew day, Dan?
We don't make seltzers. So
you don't make seltzers. Oh.
That was really easy.
Yeah. And it's like I'm not even making them.
They did not put one drop of food coloring in their beer today either.
Nope. It's not how you roll.
Not our style.
So for those of you who've never been to Gusto, I think there's words that people use to describe it. Eclectic, I think, is one thing I think people come to mind. But one of the things that's nice is that you guys, and you've graduated to a much, much bigger system that you can make a little bit more beer, that you had a rotating list of different beer styles and with adjuncts and not adjuncts and stuff. And it was always cool that every time you go in there was 3 or 4 beers that we had never heard of.
Yeah.
That you guys did. So tell us a little bit about your beer philosophy there at Gusto and the things that you like to do that guys make you guys just a little bit different than most.
I mean, for me, it's the low ABV stuff, like the milds, low ABV saisons, small porters or stouts. Like, those are fun, and also the IPAs. And we make a lot of them. It's every other week. Sometimes it's with thought, and sometimes it's kind of like, hey man, what am I making tomorrow? And that's kind of how we roll. It's kind of by the seat of our pants, but also with some planning, but mostly by the seat of our pants.
Well, then that's nice. It gives you some flexibility there too. And the beers are all so tremendous. One thing that I've commented on before, I had Zach on a Zoom, is the description of the beers they're almost Shakespearean in their description. I think I had Zach on once, just having him read one of the descriptions of the beers, but they read like a short story. It's really very nice prose that you can read if you read those descriptions.
I mean, I know that I enjoy writing. I mean, it's a group effort, but like when we write a story about it, it's really a way to get on paper what we intended, but more importantly, what we're tasting, because like we're diving into the beer, we're trying to clear our palates, we're trying to clear our senses and stuff like that to really pick up the nuance. And the more we can pick up, the brighter a picture, a more detailed picture we can paint. And it's fun, but it's also important because that's what we only make one thing, so we have to try to set it up to succeed.
Right.
Well, Alexis Deegan of Alexis Drinks fame.
Oh snap!
Hey, Lexus.
She has a question, and I don't know if you guys can see up the screen. She wants to know, what's your favorite beer style to make, if there is one?
There's nothing like the smell of a stout brew day. So I think just that brew day aroma for the stouts is something that's like luxurious and like different. The tasting room smells like milk chocolate and like donuts. It's great.
Can't go wrong there.
The pain to make. The
Right.
aroma is so different than making an IPA or pale ale.
And guys, we've had a lot of changes at the brewery. I mean, you guys have cans. I mean, you always had crowlers, but you have cans. And you have some upgrades to the brewing system. So tell us what's going on the last 6, 8, 10 months at Gusto that's be a little bit different.
What are you doing, Beck?
The side pour.
Oh,
That's part. I mean, that's part
yeah.
of it. That's but the side pour was a product of the equipment upgrades that we made to a degree. So when we started on a 1-barrel brew house, double batching into 2-barrel unjacketed conicals. And in January 2020, we upgraded to a 3.5-barrel brew house, all electric this time, because even a 1-barrel brew house on full direct fire, a lot of folks have seen our space, some people haven't, but that room got hot as crap. And the electric not only gets us better boils, more efficient boils, but it generates less residual heat. So the room isn't uncomfortably hot when we're done brewing. And in February of 2021, we finalized the installation of 3.5-barrel unit tanks. So instead of having to transfer beer into a bright tank every time to carbonate it, now we can, the temperature control is leaps and bounds better. The beer has fewer opportunities to be exposed to oxygen via transfers. We can dump everything. We can condition everything in those tanks and carbonate and keg or can out of those vessels. So, to your point about the side pull, Vic, we made a lot of lagers before we upgraded to the unit tanks, but our temperature control wasn't as good as it is now. So now we can make these lagers and these like really traditional styles that we can condition hard at like 32, 33 degrees. And then when you're making really traditional beers that you love and, we're proud of, you want to pour them as proper as you can. So the Luker, the Czech style faucet, we can pour right now the Schwarz beer is on it, the German dark lager, which is really cool. But we've had Pilsner on it. We've had a coffee English dark mild on there. What are the other ones? Alt beer. Yeah, that was cool. And it's cool because that faucet gives you a great representation of these classic styles. It's built for Czech Pilsners, but it breaks out the CO2 in a way that, makes the beer a little softer drink and gives you this latte-like foam that is so dense and creamy. Nice. And you do a milk pour, and I think that's where Dan takes over because he's the milk pour aficionado here.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite.
So I found a quick picture on the old interwebs of what a side pull, and this is kind of, they're all kind of different, but this is the idea of what you're doing, and you're pouring from the side instead of the top, and it's they call it a slow pour, right? I guess is where you're, what you're really after, or am I wrong?
Well, a slow pour would be like from a regular faucet, and you let it sit. Maybe you pour it hard and have a big thick foam on it. let it sit for like 5 minutes, and then top it off with more beer, and you get this cool like dome effect on top. But that's also time consuming. But with the Lucre faucet, it's untraditional where you dunk the whole faucet into the glass.
Okay.
Which is normally a big no-no. You don't want to touch, the faucet to the beer, but it's designed that way. So with the Lucre faucet, you're pouring the beer under the foam, so that way the beer under the foam never sees oxygen, and then it fills from the bottom up. But for those milk pours, the milk pours, what you do with the faucet, it's all controlled on the handle. So if you do like a 45-degree, 15-degree angle, it pours all foam.
Nice.
Or if you do like a full 90-degree angle, it pours beer. And you can control it in that aspect. But by pouring it under
learning the right position.
That is science.
Yeah, it's like science, but also it's temperamental. You have to you have to learn it a little bit. It's so just learning
that's
curve.
what's great about our craft breweries. Is all of it isn't geared toward just having a gimmick. It's toward giving a better product to the customer, and in that essence, educating the customer about what these beers are supposed to taste like.
Yeah, so you can do 3 pours on it. So you can do like the crisp, which is like a normal looking beer, like with like a 2-finger head with a little cap on top, or you can do the smooth, which is half foam, half beer, or you can do the Milko, which is just all foam.
It's fantastic.
Cool.
That's very cool. And I saw them, I started to see in my news feeds from around the country that it's becoming a thing.
It's a classic, but it's getting more modernized.
So Alexis has another question. This is a good question. Why do we want all foam?
I got you, Alexis. So
man.
There's in that faucet. You can control the speed. There's like there's a lever on the side. You can control the speed of the liquid through, and then the faucet that you're opening, the side pull, is that allows you to control a ball valve. And that ball valve, if you crack it, is going to agitate the beer on its way through, creating more foam. The kicker is there's a diffuser. It's a small gasket with a really thin thatched screen before it reaches the glass. That breaks it out even more. And instead of these big bubbles that you would normally find on the head of a beer, they're super small bubbles because it breaks it breaks so much of the CO2 out, which makes the foam dense and creamy. Like if you can imagine taking out of a regular faucet a glass full of foam, it's going to make you burpy and it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to hurt in your chest. That breaks so much of the CO2 out to make the foam dense and creamy that you can drink it. I sip it. Dan chugs it. It's personal preference, but you can drink an entire stange of a straight-sided 12-ounce glass of foam and not burp once. It's it still tastes like beer, but it has this super cool texture. I thought I would hate them. I love them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a latte foam. It's creamy. It's smooth. It's soft. It's not.
Yeah. It's big,
abrasive. The carbonation is.
And from what I understand about the history, it was like Czech workmen before they would go, or workmen, workwomen, whatever it was. They would go back before they'd go back to work or before they go home. It would be like, you know what? I shouldn't have another beer. Give me a milk pour, because that foam is like 80%, 90% beer if you let it settle out. But it's lighter. It takes no time at all, and ultimately you're drinking less beer so that you can go back to the job without stumbling through the front door.
I love alcohol logic. It is one of my favorite things of all time.
It always makes sense.
So many bad decisions by convincing myself that my alcohol logic was right on point. And that checks out. That checks out. That is perfect alcohol logic, which I really, really like.
Thank you, Czechoslovakia.
Yes. I'm thinking I am 55 years old. Vic is 91, and Tom's a little bit younger than us. And we have not.
I'm 54.
92.
I have never enjoyed a milk pour in my entire life. I've read about them. There's something that we got to knock off the old bucket list there, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've had them before. Vic's a world traveler. I bet. Have you been?
A few of them. Source has the side pour. Source up in Colts Neck they have the side
Soccer.
for, and Greg actually went to school over in Germany, etc.
Well, they had the foam thing. The guys who
they have everything.
They invented that foaming home foaming thing.
Yeah,
more and more are having that. But like I said, it's not just the gimmick; it's really to provide better beer to the customers, which is fantastic.
And anything that a couple of years ago, the thing where you put all the fruit and stuff in there and ran the beer through. What's that?
The Rattler.
Randall.
Like that thing just took off, and everybody had one. And we had Sam on our old radio show, and I was asking him about it. He's like, yeah, that was the result of a contest that I had with like 2 other guys in beer. And I found all this medical industrial tubing, and I just put it together and I won the contest. And like, it was just one of those things that, was a weird thing that I think has come and probably gone by now. I don't think it's a real thing. But this is
had its 15 minutes and it's gone.
But this is something that's been around forever. That is, just popping up all over the place, and I think it's really cool.
And the repopularization of these classic styles, I think that's why it's back.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I was reading the other day. We were talking about, I was talking with a guy in retail about, he's got to have 80% IPAs, and he's got to move this. And now we're starting to see the move back to more traditional beers. I don't know if you guys see it in the tasting room, but talking to people within the industry. Lagers are becoming a thing. I mean, sours have been becoming a thing. Traditional low ABV beers like this are making a great comeback. I think you guys were always embrace that. What do you see out in the field on that, guys? Like coming into the brewery. I know IPA is still king.
Well, I mean, I think our most popular styles, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the summertime it's sours and hazy IPAs. Like, if I had to look in the rear view window, now the Pilsner, the lagers go as quickly as the hazy IPAs.
And that's great, because that is and Vic, you can back me up on this. That is truly where you can find out if somebody can make beer.
Yeah.
I mean, that Pilsner, absolutely. I mean, you cannot hide much in a Pilsner.
Yeah, in some cases the Pilsner is a lot faster. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But like, I know, Dan, there's like so many stages that I never brewed a lager as a home brewer because I didn't have the capability. But like, Dan, I know you can speak to some of the processes.
Hold on, I have a sales call for you guys. There's our buddy Jordan from Circle Liquors.
Oh, Circle, what's up, Jordan?
Send me some cans, Gusto.
All right.
And I haven't seen you.
We're gonna hit you up,
man. I'll get down there and see you.
Get your instant messenger screen name. We can get back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some digits for you. So that's Jordan, one of my favorite people. He's one of our friends. I mean, one of my favorite people around.
Great dude. I know Jordan came in the tap room like our first week of being open, and it was just cool talking to him. Just like a supporter of all things craft. So good dude.
He's a good dude. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. It was nice to see. It's a little tough with our viewership tonight because we're competing with the Irish and we're competing with the NCAAs, and we have a lot of people watching over on YouTube, and I appreciate y'all. And but if you're rewatching this content is still good content. Make sure that you go. If today is Saturday,
Beer Logic,
use your Beer Logic. If it is Saturday, I am sure that you'll still be able to get the common Nightingale, get the stickers, get some of the beer, and support this great cause that Dan and Zach and the people at Gusto do. And this is the part where Zach and Dan don't like it, but you guys do something for the Coast Guard every year. You guys do a lot of charitable events. There's a couple people in this industry that do a lot of them, and you guys don't know there. And everybody does a lot, does something. But you guys are when you do something, you go all the way. You guys were involved with the Harriet Tubman, stuff down in Cape May, which was a very, very important thing, I think, for the area. You guys work with all local artists and local people to get this stuff done. So that's my talking about you guys, that you hate me talking about you, but good people doing good things down there. So make sure that you get down there and see these guys. You'll go there and it'll be like drinking a beer in your living room. I mean, it truly will. And if you're going there, I have a way that you could probably buy each other beers. That's a cool little tool that's making the rounds here in South Jersey. Our friends over at Brew have an app called the Brew app. It's like Venmo for beer. And I'm going to show you a little something about it. We'll be right back.
Choose the location and then pick a drink from their menu and send it out. It's easy to stay connected with the people you care about with Brew. Whether it's a birthday or promotion, or just because, sending a drink with Brew You is great for any occasion. When someone buys you a drink, you'll receive a notification with the details, and the drink will be stored in the app until you redeem it. When you're ready to redeem a drink, follow the prompts and show the bartender the confirmation screen. Once your drink is received, close it out on the app and say thanks. Then, cheers! You just received your first drink on Brew You. Available for download on the App Store and Google Play Store.
So, we love the Brew You app. You guys accept it at Gusto.
Sure do.
It's a new thing. They came out, they launched right before COVID. So they really didn't launch. So they had to start over again. We have several breweries in South Jersey that are members of it. Tom, Vic, everybody, we all use it. We think it's really, really cool. And I would say all the breweries in Cape May County, with the exception of one, currently use it, and they will be on soon. It's just a matter of actually just saying they're ready to go with it. So Cape May County, several in Atlantic County, several in Camden County, and it's not just breweries, it's bars, it's restaurants, and it's not just beer. You can buy, you want to buy somebody an old fashioned at a plate, they have old fashions on there. Guys can put merch on it. They can put takeout on it. So if I'm sitting here right now, I can open my app and buy Vic a beer at Gusto, and the next time Vic comes down to Gusto, he's got a beer waiting for him. So check it out. It's Brew You. It's the app. We link it off all of our sites everywhere, and give it a shot. So now back to the regularly scheduled program with Dan and Zach. So we have your can release coming up now, and I know you guys are getting ready for a big summer. What's going on at Gusto? I know you guys have a couple things that go on during the week. What are some of the things that you guys are doing during the week with people like at the brewery? Yeah,
I mean, Wednesday nights we love playing vinyl. It's instead of rolling through the Spotify playlist, it's all vinyl. It's just like nice warm sound throughout the room. We're open 2 to 8 on Wednesdays, and it's just a cool. It's fun.
Now, is it your vinyl? Or are people allowed to bring vinyl in?
We have gotten way more vinyl, like BYO vinyl, this year than we have in years past, and it's cool. We hesitate to market it. I just realized, I think it went down on me. I get all your bright boxes, and I'm in a dark box. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We just saw you win the Witness Production Program.
A little better, right?
A little bit.
Not that much.
There we
go.
There he is.
Look at that.
Hey, buddy.
Show off that
So
money
we got,
maker.
you can bring your own. When we first rolled it out, we said, hey, bring your own vinyl. People show up with crates of vinyl, and it's like, we can't play all those. Just bring like 2. So
I was gonna say, bring your favorite.
BYOV.
Yeah.
We have a pretty vast collection there at the brewery.
Okay.
We play other things than Rush, to Dan's dismay, but
It's messed up.
we do play a lot. We do play a lot of good stuff.
Lotus Land?
Dan, that's
a Rush. That's a Rush cover band.
Yeah, I never seen them, but I see them on
They're
the interwebs. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, we're open every day but Monday and Tuesday, and we're gonna open on Mondays after the Easter Monday. So Easter Sunday, that Monday will mark where we go for the busier season around here, where we're open every day but Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and for those of you who have not been to Gusto, it is New Jersey's southernmost brewery, and you can make a day of it. We have lots of things to do in South Jersey, even this time of year. There's several breweries. What's nice is that Gusto cemented itself as part of a really nice brewery trail that's opened up down south, along with Cape May, and Bear, which is recently opened, is not too far away, and you can go get something to eat over at Mud Hen and then work your way back up. I mean, there's plenty of places to go and to do. Cool little restaurants over there by where Zach is. Bring your own food in there. Do whatever you need to do. But now's the time, folks. If you haven't been to Gusto, now's the time to go. Now's the time to go see it. Be able to.
You've been making bad life decisions.
Yeah, go see
Your
Dan,
logic.
Dan and Zach. Talk to them about their beer. Talk to them about what's going on down there. you can go to gustobrewco.com on the internet, and you can order the Common Nightingale. You can link off of our page. We have all the information everywhere. You guys are on social everywhere. Do you have a Twitter account yet?
Nope. I don't even know how to use it.
There you go. It'll make your life much better. Believe me.
That was just a twit.
It's not. It's the worst of all of them. It's not fun. We're gonna wrap it up here. So, guys, Common Nightingale, order it online. It's going to be released tomorrow, Friday, March 18th at noon.
Yeah. It's live now on the website. You can order it. If you're really close and for some reason tomorrow's jammed up for you, just go get it. We close at 8:00. But if you tonight, it's going to tell you it's available tonight, and it is, but it's also available tomorrow. So if you want it, if you're from far away and you can't order beer for pickup, we can't legally ship beer in New Jersey. So if you want to, if you're really excited to be a part of the endeavor, you can order decals, and we'll ship them out to you. And just know that I think they're $4 a pop. From every one of those, like it's almost entirely the entire $4 that goes, because the decals, the cost of them is very low. So it's a little bit at a time, one piece at a time. These folks that are doing amazing things for the Ukrainian refugees, it's going to mean a lot. We really hope we know it will. We just hope we can get it there as soon as we can.
Yeah, and if people just want to donate to the cause, I know Brewery Strong, a place that I'm a member of, we donated some money because we just believe in it so much. What you're doing there,
Thank you.
We can, I'm sure that Zach can find a way to make that happen as well.
Absolutely. If you message us on Facebook or Instagram or anything, email it. I'm the one that receives it. So if you have any questions about how to give, we can pretty much work around any circumstance to figure something out. Just let us know.
Great. So before everybody goes, we're going to do a little teaser real quick. And Zach and Dan are seeing this for the first time too. We're not going to announce what it is, but we're just going to say that Tom, Vic, and I have something coming up in June, the third weekend of June, which we're going to put all the details together. That I'm not going to give you any more, but this is Vic's daughter is a fantastic artist, and she came up with this concoction for us, and I'm just going to show you. This is the South Jersey beer scene summer swing coming June 2022. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a little bit different than anything we've done before. A little bit different. I'm not saying it's totally different, but keep an eye out for details for that. If anybody has any guesses what it is, put it in the comments, and we'll certainly tell you no, even if you're right. But I mean, it's something we are looking forward to. So I want to thank Katie for making that, making the little logo. And we'll have an announcement probably, I would say, April 1st-ish. Also, I want to talk about an event that we're all involved with. I'm not sure who down the bottom there is involved, Dan or Zach, but we've been asked once again to host Mud Hen Brewing Company's anniversary party in Wildwood, and it's happening on April 12th. And we are hosting a brewery feud game show, which we're going to pit the Cape May County Brewers teams 5-on-5 picked out ahead against each other. And it's going to be a fun time. To get people at Mud Hen are great people. They always roll out the red carpet for all of us. And, pre-pandemic, well, I guess last year, we did a nice Merv Griffin style interview with the folks there. And it's a nice event. If you guys save the date, it's Tuesday, April 12th. Come out and join us. The place is plenty of room for everybody. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's interactive. And if you're lucky, you can get a picture with Vic. And I mean, that's probably the draw. Okay, getting a picture with Vic. Fingers crossed.
Do autographs.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He depends on what kind of mood he's in.
Maybe
bring money, Dan.
It may happen. It may not. But
I don't think they have crayons there.
I think cash.
Oh wait, they do.
Vic brings his own crayons.
It's usually me that gets
64 pack.
I got a 20-month-old granddaughter. Believe me, I have crayons.
Not the ones you're eating.
Dan, Zach, Thanks so much for stopping by tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for helping us with the relaunch of the show. And cheers, guys. Have a
Great
night.
job, guys.
Cheers,
really,
guys.
great
Thank
job.
you.
Great job, guys. Thank you.